Srathalu, I've been thinking. Vyasa really did us dirty, didn't he?
I mean, he called himself the author of the Mahabharata, but let's be honest here. If you asked anyone, they'd say Krishna's biggest fans are us, not those 2-bit Kauravas.
Yeah, Krishna's whole life story is like a movie. But guess who's missing from the credits? Me, you, Radha's eyebrows.
Oh yeah, let's not forget Radha's perfect arch. Vyasa probably thought they were a subplot. But hey, maybe he didn't have the budget for such complexity. I get it.
Budget? Huh, that man was an eternal scribe. He could have added more chapters, but what did he do? He edited out the actual fun parts. Like us, the real Krishna fan club.
Poor Vyasa. He had the source material, the Bhagavata, but instead of Krishna's mischievous antics, he chose war over wisdom. Talk about wasted potential.
Yeah, what did he think? That people would rather hear about Duryodhana's tantrums than Krishna hiding behind trees and teasing Radha? Come on, Vyasa, get a grip.
You should have told him. Vyasa, listen, less war, more wooing. Instead, he's out here writing battlefield commentary while I'm watching Krishna sneak glances at Radha like a Bollywood hero in the making.
And the worst part, Vyasa wrote this entire epic, but somehow forgot to mention the real warriors, me and you. Krishna's BFFs, the spiritual guardians, the real OGs.
Exactly. If it weren't for us, Krishna wouldn't have had his backup squad when it came to playing hide and seek with Radha, or making that epic entrance at the Kurukshetra. Remember when we sent him that yellow-flowered garland to bless the battlefield?
Ah, yes, we gave him style. But what did Vyasa do? He gave us nothing but empty pages. Can you imagine? All our glorious moments reduced to footnotes.
Footnotes, exactly. You know, I bet Vyasa was just jealous of our ability to wear glamour without even trying. And don't get me started on Krishna's flute. The man had music in his bones. But Vyasa couldn't capture the melody of it, could he?
He probably couldn't. I mean, how do you put Krishna's soulful flute into words? Even I, the eternal poet of pause, would have struggled with that one.
You, the poet of pause? Oh, that reminds me. Remember when you tried writing Krishna's biography in verse? You ended up rhyming Radha's gaze with Karna's maze.
Well, that was a very creative metaphor for his head spinning. Besides, Vyasa could have made a whole chapter about Radha and me, but instead he filled the pages with tragedy. Everyone's crying on every page. I'm here for humor, Vyasa, not your melodrama.
Exactly. It's like Vyasa had one setting on his typewriter, tragic. The man probably cried while writing the Bhishma Parva. He needed a good laugh, and maybe some lessons in comedy. Not every divine moment has to be so somber.
Maybe we should have done a guest appearance. Show up in the middle of one of those intense war scenes. Like, hello, we're here, we're the backup squad. Tell the Pandavars to chill and do some yoga.
Yup, a little meditation, a few jokes, and everyone would have been relaxed. But no, we were stuck with Vyasa's epic wars. Dull, no Radha, no fun.
Maybe Vyasa didn't want anyone overshadowing his own narrative. But let's face it, we'd be the true main characters, right? Without us, who would Krishna have teased? Who would laugh at his divine antics?
Yup. Sorry, Krishna. I must write a serious tale. No time for your flute and flirtations. The battlefield needs more violence. Oh, please, Vyasa. That's why you're the writer. We're the real storytellers.
And now, look, we sit here years later, still narrating the real story. Not in the war, but in the laughter between Krishna's whispers, in the moments Vyasa could never capture.
I guess sometimes you just gotta tell your own story. Even if Vyasa forgot to write you in, you make your own myth, your own place in the sun.
Exactly. If Vyasa left us out, it only means we have to find our own place in our own way.
But still, if I ever meet Vyasa, I'm asking him for a full chapter on Radha's eyes. At least give her some love in the literature.
I'll bring the feathers, you bring the claws. We'll demand a re-edit of the Mahabharata.
And next time, let's make sure to add our names in the credits.